Welcome to Oz Nomad Destinations. Follow us as we caravan our way around Australia. This is Ed and I'm Bec, and we're finding you the best free and budget camp spots Oz has to offer. Fishing, crabbing and hiking our way through this awesome country. For notifications, click subscribe and hit the bell, and that will keep you up to date. So we've been staying at Tinaroo for about the last week, and we're at Downfall Creek campsite. It's about 9.4 k's from where we are now, and I just wanted to show you the road in. It does say that this road's not suitable for caravans, however we didn't have too much trouble. Might be a problem if the logging trucks are working, but we didn't actually see any while we were here. You need to go over that narrow bridge. You need to book on site before you get here, or you can book at national parks, I think, on the way in. There's an information kiosk up here at the top of the hill. So this is the information centre, and it's for pre-booked camping only. We can have a little look at that. There's about 4 or 5 big campsites around the outside of the lake, but Platypus is the closest one, and it's pre-designated camping areas, whereas the one we're staying at Downfall Creek, it is book and find your own spot. There's a couple of little pull-in day use areas here. I've noticed people taking kayaks down there and going for a paddle. And then there's a private camp here called Bundara. I think it's owned by Scouts, but you can book. They've got powered sites, hot showers. And it's all part of the Danbulla National Park State Forest. So the road right up to Platypus camping area is completely sealed. It's like 1.5 lanes wide, so you just need to be careful of oncoming traffic. We'll take you for a run in to have a look at Platypus. When we went to book Platypus, we couldn't actually find too much information about this campgrounds or the size of the sites for our caravan. So it's why we ended up booking downfield. So there's a day use area and a camping area at Platypus, and they do get a lot of speedboats here on the weekends. Pretty drive in. So as you come in here, the day use area is on your right hand side, and the camping area for some of it here is on the left hand side. There's your check-in station. Camp 1, I'd say it'd be suitable. You'd probably get a small caravan on there. There's a little swag on there at the moment. 2's fairly little, looks like a tent site. 3's got a bus on it. 4's a fairly good size, you'd probably get a caravan on there, and 18 straight there down there in front of us, it's got a van on it. And we did notice 17, I think it was, around beside it, had a van on it the other day as well. But 15 has got trees on it, 16's got trees on it. They'd be small for caravans, okay for tents or camper vans. 14, 13 and 12 would be good camper vans. 6 would be good for a van or your troopy. And 9 was the other one that we kind of sussed out that we thought was fairly large and would fit a fairly good size amount of people on it. So yeah, that's Platypus. It's got a toilet block there in the middle and it looks out over the bay or over the lake. It's inside, it's all situated inside this big tall pine forest. So from Platypus Camp up to Downfall Creek is about another 4.5 kilometres, and it is basically all dirt. It's fairly potholey, so you'll have to take it easy. It's narrow, but it is doable. Just take your time. So this is Downfall Creek Campgrounds. You're allowed to have generators under 65 decibels. There's your check-in station. And to the right as you come in, there's some level gravel camping pads. There's a fire ring in most. And I think there's about 13 of them in all. Or you can grab a spot along the edge of the water. If you come with a boat, this is ideal. And the views are just beautiful. There was also a large industrial bin at the front entrance. There's 2 toilet blocks with non-potable water and flushing toilets. Also there's a shower shed with bring your own hot and cold water and shower. There's another 3 camps similar to Downfall further up the road. Kauri Creek, School Point and Fong on Bay. However, the road was a lot harder going after Downfall and I wouldn't have taken our caravan any further. You'd be right if you're in a hybrid camper trailer and tents. That's one of the toilet blocks up there on your left. We tried our luck at fishing but went hungry. We did luck in on the best spot in the corner of the campgrounds, facing the east. We have no boat, got the yabby pot set up. How's the weather? Unreal. The bird life was awesome and it was so quiet. It was great seeing families enjoying the water, highly entertaining. The sunrises were next level. Amazing. Every day was different. Completely fogged out one morning and beautiful sunrises the next. The location was unbeatable. We'd booked for 3 days and stayed for 10. It was really hard to leave. So when you don't have a boat, you just have to swim out and check your pots. But again, we went hungry. We enjoyed having fresh water to swim in again, with one eye over our shoulder, hoping the freshwater crocs didn't find us. Can you chuck me my snorkel? Do everything way there. We had family come up and stay for the weekend, so the boys got busy and made a fire. There's nothing quite like a fire, really love it. Beers and dinner and great company, couldn't ask for more. Downfall Creek Camp is large and holds about 150 people according to National Park's website. It's $6.85 per person per night. There is phone and internet service. We collected water from over at the toilet block in the main street of Kauri near the school. There's also avocado farm stalls between Kauri and Tinaroo, 5 for $2. Don't miss them, they were yum. A small camp of fishermen set up just up from us. We've watched them drop 3 of the biggest barra right off the bank near us. Who said you needed a boat? Couldn't actually believe our eyes, they were that big. Live bait seemed to be the go. When the family bailed, we went exploring further on Danbulla Road. We found a crater walk to Moby Creek. It's a pretty walk through the rainforest with steps and an uneven track. It's only about 600 metres long and was well worth the walk. Don't forget to take your air guide. Then it was on to the chimney day use area, where there were 2 old chimneys from the 1920s, toilets and a picnic area. Then I really wanted to go to Barren Falls, so that was our next stop. It's a beautiful walk through the rainforest on an elevated platform and is really worth the walk. It comes out at the Barren Falls train station. Then it was time to pack up and move on, not before one more sunrise and the biggest and cheekiest goanna ever. Where is it? Here. Back to the bake bag.
Oops, I've been caught.
Yeah. Just before we left, we had to help some poor bloke scull drag his trailer out of the dam. He had accidentally knocked it and it took off down the hill, straight into the dam and out of sight. Lucky he has a sounder and a reef pick and he found it. His girlfriend helped by diving down and hooking a strap round it, and then we put the winch on it and dragged it back out of the dam. He was one lucky lad. Then it was off to our next spot, who knows where. Keep in contact, stay happy, and we'll see you next week.